So hello everyone, so welcome back to our another video on my channel. So as you know, my name is Pankaj. So friends, so first of all I would like to apologize from you all because in my channel for a long time I was not uploading any kind of video on my channel, because I have already told you that apart from learning English and as well as apart from making video on YouTube, I am also a student. So I had to study a lot, so therefore I kept busy in a study. So today I got time, and today I am going to teach you how to learn English from zero point, because one of my subscriber wanted to know that how to start learning English from zero point. If somebody is planning to learn English, so how much time it will take to learn English and how much grammar is needed for a spoken English. So friends, you don't need to worry about it. Today in this video we are going to cover all the things, and today in this video I am going to speak only on in English, so you should not worry about it. Okay, so friends, so if you are planning to learning English, okay, and if you don't know how to learn English and how much time it will take, if somebody told you that you can learn English within 2 months, within 3 months, if somebody told you that you have to join my classes, I will teach you how to speak English within 3 months. Okay, so you should not waste your time unnecessarily over there, because this is not quick things that it can be happen. I would like to tell you that English is one of the most complicated language to learn in this world. English is not piece of cake. Okay, English is not piece of cake, and you cannot speak in English within 2 months or 3 months. Okay, so you should not believe this kind of rumors. So today I'm going to teach you what is the actually fact, because initially when I was learning, so that time I was focusing my grammar and I did not see any result of mine. So I spent 3 months while learning grammar and I could not speak a single sentence. Still I look back on their circumstances, so still I don't get goosebumps when I recall their circumstances. But yeah, I would like to tell you that it was very horrible for me. Even you can figure out, friend, right now whenever you try to speak English with someone, so if unfortunately if you cannot speak English, so that time you feel frustration, because that time you cannot speak English with someone. So that time I used to have the same difficulty. That time I did not speak English with front of anyone, but that time I wanted to speak English fluently, and that time I wanted to speak English fast. So therefore I was just practice my English, and at that time I was looking for anyone with whom could I practice my English, but any reason, but unfortunately I did not find anyone with whom could I practice my English. So one of my acquaintances came in my home, and they said with me one method that if you really want to speak English fluently, then you need to practice, because until or unless you practice with anyone, then all of a sudden you are not going to speak English, and not only you but also nobody can speak English without practice. So you should practice as much as you can. So that time I told my acquaintance that I have knowledge of grammar, because that time I was lonely, so that time my focus was only on grammar. And as I said you earlier that I spent 3 months while learning grammar, but I could not see any result of my spoken English. So my acquaintance told me one method that if you want to really speak English fluently, then you need to practice, and if you have no any partner with whom can you practice your English, then you don't need to worry about it. You have the good opportunity. If you have phone, if you have mirror, then you can practice front of the mirror and as well as front of the camera, and you should record yourself. So that time I told my acquaintance that I have phone, and when I try to practice English front of the camera, so whenever I see my reflection in front of the mirror, so that time I could not speak any kind of sentence, and I got shy when I see my reflection in front of the mirror. So they told me that if you are feeling shy talking about front of the camera, so you should record yourself. So that time I created my own YouTube account, and I started to recording video, and as well as I started to uploading video on my YouTube channel. So if you are not believing me, friend, then I would like to tell you that you need to check out my playlist. So many videos had been already uploaded in my channel. So let's come to the point, and now I'm going to tell you, if you are planning to learn English, if you are decided to learn English, and if you belong to rural area where English cannot be spoken, and right now if you really want to speak English fluently, and if you have no any kind of sources, what kind of difficulty you have to face in order to learn English, how much grammar is needed for a spoken English. So first, if you are planning to learn English, and if you have no any mentor, and you are belong to middle class family, if you have lack of money, so first you need to learn grammar. Okay, first you need to learn grammar, as well as I said earlier that I spent 3 months while learning grammar, because that time I had no any mentor who can guide us and who can tell us that you should learn this way, you are learning that, you are learning wrong way. So that time I had no anyone with whom could I ask and who could tell us this kind of thing. So that time I just somehow right now substantially right now I can speak in English. So first you should consider about your grammar. Okay, you should consider about your learning grammar. So now right now if you're learning grammar and if you are able to making sentences, and so now you have to learn as well as you have to memorize vocabulary. Okay, if you have the knowledge of two things, first grammar and second vocabulary, so now you have to start listen, you have to cultivate the habit to listen more and more things in English. So when you realize that, if you realize that you can understand English, you have knowledge of grammar and you have knowledge of vocabulary, but whenever you try to speak English with someone, so that time you cannot speak any kind of single sentences over there. So now you have good opportunity to start speaking and start practice English with someone. If you have no anyone with whom can you practice your English, and if you have been looking for with whom can you practice your English, then I would like to tell you that I used to have the same difficulty. I could understand English but I could not speak English, and that time I was looking for anyone with whom could I practice my English, but I did not find anyone with whom could I practice. Nobody was ready to practice English with me. So that time I did not care about it, and just I created my own YouTube account and I started to recording video, and I started to practice English from the camera. Right now what I am doing, I am making video from the camera. So therefore right now I am practicing my English. If you are not believing my friend, then I would like to tell you that you need to check out my previous video. I was unable to speak in English, and when I started my practice English from the camera, and I kept practicing my English as much as I could. So right now you can see me. Right now I am able to speak in English and I can talk with anyone. Okay, so now you have done grammar, you have done vocabulary, and you have done listening skills. So now you have to start practice, because until or unless you practice with anyone, then all of a sudden you are not going to speak in English, and as well as nobody can speak in English without practice. Okay, and how much grammar is needed for a spoken English? So if you are planning to learn how to speak English, so you should not learn whole grammar. If you have the knowledge of sufficient grammar, so that is also okay. Like you have to learn tenses and preposition and some modals verbs like may, might, could, have, should, this kind of things. Okay, you have to learn these kind of things, and as well as you have to memorize some daily use sentences, and as well as you have to learn all the things. Okay, so you should not learn whole grammar. Why will you spend your time unnecessarily learning grammar? Right now you want to speak English fluently, so only on this is a natural process. Okay, this is a natural process. This is a not quick thing that it can be happen. If you are thinking that you can learn English within 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, so no, this is not quick thing that it can be happen. I have been learning English for, it has been going to 1 year, but still I don't think that I have fluent in English. Whenever I try to deliver my thought, to that time I could not deliver, and sometimes I also get stuck. Okay, so don't think that you are the superior one, and just start doing what you are doing. And another things I would like to tell you, that I have seen so many English learners, if they have been learning this for a long time and they can understand English, but when it comes to speaking English with someone, so they cannot speak English. Why so? Because they don't want to speak English with someone, because they think in depth that if I speak wrong sentence, so what other people think about me, and they will make fun of me. So friend, you should not worry about it. Okay, you should not worry about it, because initially when I was learning English and when I started my learning English, so that time people also used to laugh at me a lot, but I did not care about it, and I kept doing what I was doing, and I'll definitely let him do what they are doing. So I did not care about people, what other people think about me. So therefore right now I am able to speak English. If I had thought about what other people think about me, so right now I would not be able to speaking English in front of the you and in front of the camera. Okay, so you should not feel these kind of things. Let the people think what they are thinking about it, because I was insulted initially when I was learning this. If I could not any single sentences, so I was insulted by so many people. So people inspired me to learn how to speak English. So right now I did that. Right now I did, because right now I am feeling energetic, because right now I can speak in English, and I don't think that I have become fluent in English. But definitely this is my main ambition, is to achieve in my life, and I kept it in my bucket list, and sooner or later I'll definitely grabbed it and I achieved it. So I hope friend you understand it, and if you did not understand anything, then please let me know in the comment section. So okay friend, I hope you understand it. So very soon I will come back with another video. Then keep practicing and have fun. So thank you.